I think there's a great opportunity for the Australian Utility Organisation to really work with digital technologies around the disruptive nature that they can bring about with the customer base. And I think it's about going beyond just the fact that we're using technology to do that and really looking at what the customer experience really is. What does the customer expect from us? And we can look at what other industries are doing to get ideas such as finance and insurance, and all of those sorts of things. But at the end of the day, it's got to come back to what really matters for the customer. So the moments that matter for the customer, what happens in their journey with us, but not just with us as well. Where are the parallels with other industries that we're working with? So we basically have a greater ability to delight the customer. And part of that might mean that we're working with omni-channel, maybe mobile devices, those sorts of things, but it could also mean that we're automating back office processes to streamline the customer experience as well. I think it's a really good question about whether or not we have the right digital leaders. And what I'm seeing is that doesn't really matter, because what we're doing is we're actually starting to bring people into the utilities businesses from different industries who have that experience. And I'm seeing it around the globe and different parts of the world, where, for instance, we see organisations bringing in people who are psychologists and those sorts of things to be able to get into some of the deeper understanding about the customer and the empathy that we need to show them. So it's a matter of really bringing in the right people into the industry who may have done it somewhere else before. Yeah, I think there's a challenge around larger organisations, and some of them are seen as dinosaurs, and we do kind of take a step back and wonder how they could possibly change. It certainly seems to be hard to move a big ship in a different direction. But what we're actually seeing is some of our customers at Gentrack are actually using a different approach altogether, and they're really coming up with challenger brands. And I guess the challenge is, how quickly can we actually stand up a challenger brand that means that we can actually get through all of the red tape that we typically have in a larger organisation. We can just cut through it very quickly and deliver maybe a new offering, a new product to the customer, all under a different brand, but within the same organisation. And that's a great way for us to really be able to try and test different markets and do different things where we can delight the customers, or customers that perhaps we couldn't delight before. Engagement with the customer has always been quite tricky, and we see that the demographic with our customers changes very, very quickly. I guess that over the last few years we've concentrated on the likes of omni-channel communication with our customers, ensuring that we're able to meet them on the grounds where they're operating and the devices and things that they're using. So we've used things like push notifications, but engagement's becoming something a lot bigger. We have a lot of data from our customers from the likes of smart meters. We need to make sure that that data is meaningful for them, and they want to engage with us around how to best use that data and the information that we have. So for instance, an example would be getting an appliance. So maybe they want to buy a fridge, for instance. So the fridge that they've been using has cost them a lot of electricity. They haven't been aware of that. Maybe we can pick that up and feed that through to them so that they can actually engage with that. Now, when they're looking at purchasing a new appliance, they can then go out and have a look at different appliance retail stores, and they can come back and they can say, well, what would it mean if I actually purchased that appliance? What would that mean to my electricity bill, and those sorts of things, so they can actually start to make smart, informed decisions. And I believe that our customers want to engage with the electricity that they're using. It might not be that they want to be on the phone to us and talk to us, but in summer when they want to turn on the air conditioning unit, can they engage with the utility to actually understand what does that mean? If I turn it on now, when's the best time to turn it off? Should I be using home automation and smart devices to actually do that instead, which could potentially make smarter choices than I'm able to make myself through the use of AI in the cloud and those sorts of things. So engagement with the customer is really an exciting area that we can get into now with the utility, because we have the technology to do it. It's just a matter of making it happen. So this is the third year that I've come to Australia Utility Week, and it's really been great to be able to build relationships here. I really enjoy the opportunity to network with people and come back each year, see those same people here and really be able to connect with them and just find out what it is that they've been doing in the last 12 months, how they've progressed through some of the challenges that we discussed in prior years. So it's great to be able to build those relationships and things that we can take forward outside of Utility Week. There's also a great range of speakers here. I've really enjoyed hearing what they've got to say and just seeing how those conversations from 3 years ago have really kind of matured and changed over the years, you know, particularly when we're now talking about the likes of the Internet of Things. Actually seeing people doing practical things with that within the utility, you know, the smarter grids, those sorts of things. Also now seeing a lot of talk around the likes of blockchain. And blockchains are really kind of immature early technology. We're used to it with cryptocurrencies and those sorts of things, but to actually see organisations here, even with some of the startups, and seeing the innovation that they're doing in the blockchain space is just phenomenal. So it's a really good opportunity to learn about some of the new and exciting technologies that are just you know, only months away. So yeah, great opportunity to talk about those things.